So Rayburn 355 SFW or any model. So let's just say we're only burning coal. It's been sat in there for the afternoon, just a little bed ember. It's been glowing like that probably now for about 4 or 5 hours. Now here is a little divert. It's an air divert. You just about see it. Oh, look, if I get out of the light. At the moment it's to the left, which is just for air coming from below. If we put that in it, a bit of metal and move it, you can see it move. When it's up that side, air can come through here and burn things like wood from above. But at the moment we're looking at coal. So let's put that back in there and put it back that side, to the left. There it is, that. So the air now, from our air spinner, because we're going to start livening this up again. From its little slumber, look, we're going to send some air through, because that was shut. That's the 355, so it's got an extra dial. That was down low, we're going to put that on. And that sucks air from the side there, from the vent. Comes in from underneath. There's your air. There's the extra air there from the side. Underneath, it's all coming from underneath, through the grate there. You can give it a quick riddle. There. And that just pushes a bit of ash out. Look at the glow. It started glowing already. I haven't even started yet. So, with the door shut, we're looking at soon to be doing a bit of cooking. Pizza maybe in a couple of hours. Flue damper, dilution, damper. Dilution on ours is always generally shut. It's got a perfect flue. It doesn't need to be open. You open that when there's too much draw. If it's pulling too hard, you just turn that a bit, and that takes the suction pressure off from here. So the air going in, up, across and up. And if that's open, it's letting a bit of air go here, so it takes the suction, the draw off. So we're going to keep that shut. So the damper. Now if you push that right in, basically it's restricting that air. Air in, through the coal, up the back, across the... Oh, hang on. Can't go anywhere because there's this metal plate in the way. It only ever gets to about here. There's always going to be a gap at the back there. It's always going to breathe. It's always going to let it burn slightly. But you want your fire to be hot. Boom. Now we've got full on air. We've got side air which comes from there. It's all adjustable. If you've got a different model, it's just from there. You've got your air going in through the coals, across the flue, up the flue. Nothing restricting it. Nothing at all. We've opened it up slightly from heating to just to cooker a bit. That's going to get a little bit more air travel. It's not going just up the back, it's breathing up here as well. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to get that glowing hot again. Then we can start thinking about cooking. So 5 or 10 minutes gone. Oh, got a quick, that's all it needs. There we are, start glowing now. The heat's coming back through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some more coal to the top of that now, because that's all we're going to be burning on coal. There's from the bottom. Fill it up, I can't put my hand in, but fill it up halfway, you can see on there. Get that burning, probably going to take another half an hour or so, get the heat coming through that, maybe even an hour. Forget about it and it just happens, and suddenly all the temperatures start increasing. The air's still open, the damper's still out. We'll leave it that way until it's full on heat. Then we can start thinking about pushing that in, which will start heating the oven up. The water will be hot, the heating will be on, and then you start thinking it's time for eating. It all takes time. So with the coal in, look, there's the new coals. You can see them. They're on top of that bed. And that bed underneath now, you can see the smoke rising. That's because the air is just blowing from below. Still open, look, swoosh. Coming from below. And the heat is going to race through the new coals. It's going to start igniting them. And that extra bed of coal now is going to start increasing the temperatures. That's what we're waiting to see. So about 10 minutes gone. The heat in there is just igniting the new coals. That's burning off all the carbon on the coals. The heat is starting to build. It's always time for tea. So, tea's boiling, kettle's boiling for tea I should say. Heat's coming through all the coals now, you see. Coals burn for ages before they glow. Look at the bottom ones. Can you see there through the flames? Them bottom ones now are proper red hot. All of these will be red hot soon. The heat's increasing. Nothing's changed. The air is still the same. Let's take the kettle off. The damper, still the same. Now, what we can do, because we have heat now, flue's burning nice. You can think, I know, let's restrict it slightly. We don't go too much, but just enough. Look, you see the numbers there? 1, 2, 3, halfway maybe. It's just putting a bit of pressure on the system of air going through, heat going up the flue. It's now stopping it, it's holding it back. So some of the heat that's there is now going to be restricted. Where does it go? Well, it goes in your oven, it goes in your hobs, it just goes into the range itself. Everything's heating up. Now as you push this in more, it restricts that flow more, getting a bit hot to hold. You then start thinking about adjusting, if you've got it, the cooking. So let's go up here now. Let's lift this slightly. Look, we're now halfway. So the heat that's in there now, the flame, look, it's going to start lifting both ways. It's going up the back, which is doing heating, and it's coming up there through the cooker diverter, which is going over the top of the oven. Look, that was just on, that's just sat. That's been sat all day. This has now only been under an hour since I started thinking I'll eat pizza tonight. So it's nowhere near yet. It's only just going. I've knocked my tea towel off as well. Nothing's changed there. Haven't restricted it. Haven't turned it down. Haven't put anything in the way. All I've done now is let's say roughly an hour. I've pushed that in. You can see the intensity of the coals now. So all I've done is now just pushed the damper in over halfway. And that's going to start holding back a bit of heat. So with the heat increasing, what we're going to do now, with the hot kettle, I'm going to push the damper right in. There you go. That's all the way in now. Oh, hang on, my tea just dropped again. The oven's starting to heat up. The coals are glowing. Let's adjust that. Nothing's changed there. Just remember that. That's still full on. That is what's making that hot. That's what's sending the heat up and across the top. That's what's going up the flue. We're restricting it going up the flue. by the damper. We've pushed it in, so it's just holding it back. There's still that little gap at the back because it's always going up the flue, but we're holding this heat back. Now we've got it on oven, so that heat is just coming straight across the oven. So now that all the heat is going to start increasing that. Probably another hour away from thinking about eating. But a 2-hour cycle. Started at 4, it's just gone 5. You've watched it in front of you, getting hot. The air hasn't changed, haven't touched it yet. No point turning it down. You want it to get hot. So, about another 15 minutes gone. Everything's still hot. Dampers in. Air's still on. Not touched it yet. Where are we now? We've probably gone up another 50 degrees. That's just going to soon increase. We're not worried about the temperature of that because that's a cooking one for later. Look at that. Big glow. What's that been? About an hour, just over an hour. Extra bit of coal on top. Now, you can put extra coal, you know, you can put some more come winter time. I'm just doing that as a bit of a demonstration this time of year of using just coal. That's still left hand side, air just from the bottom. That's hot. Haven't touched that. Dampers in. The reason the damper's in is because I'm trying to heat that up. That's heating up for dinner later. The idea of it is just to show you, air on. Up the flue. Yeah? It stays hot. It's hot enough. Coal in a way is just ticking over. It's just an increased heat. That's what it does. It just sits there. Now you could add some more now. If it was winter time, that would be halfway up there, and you just have it like that. And then what you do now, because we're going to finish that, let's just say, which I'll do in a little while, it's hot enough, so I'll turn that down. I'll pull the damper out a bit, and we're on tick over mode. Don't forget, there's a hell of a lot of heat in there. There's a hell of a lot of coal. If you've got a 355 and you've got a stat at the back, probably put that down to about 4, 4.5, 5. And then shut the air. Read your book. Once you're up to what temperature you want, see it? Shut and one little turn. And that would now sit. That will now just sit. That will simmer down slightly because it hasn't got the air racing through it. That's down lower. That's down lower. That's just out now. It's back on number 2, say. And that's just going to tick over. And that's just going to keep going and going and going. Happy Rayburning.